Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 2 of the Robert Hooks Show here on the Seminole Nation on YouTube and also the Robert Hooks Show on Facebook. I am Michael Eflin, joined by my co-host and color commentator, Bobby Eflin, and in the middle, the head football coach of your Osceola Seminoles, Coach Robert Hooks. Bobby, last week we got to participate in something I thought was very awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hootens Kickoff Classic with Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They came to town last Tuesday, and we packed 20,000 meals that will go to the needy, and that was something huge. That was a very big team-building thing that we saw. Took a lot of video from that, and also the Pep Rally.
And we saw members of the band, the cheerleaders, the football team, coaches, teachers out there packing food, packing those meals and getting them out to the needy. It's just something that's testament to the dedication these kids have for their community. And I think these meals will stay local and they'll be used in this area. And it was really inspiring to see those kids working that hard to get that many meals packed.
Yes, and Coach Hooks, I even saw Coach Hooks with the hairnet on and the gloves and everything. He was out there helping pack them meals. Coach, tell us just a little bit about the meal packing for the needy, and we can talk about the Pep Rally at this time.
Well, that was a great experience. I thought it was a great activity for our kids to come together and bond with each other and to work hard and to work for a common goal with it not being on the football field for an even greater cause to help the less fortunate. So I was very excited about that opportunity.
Yes, and what a lot of people don't understand, we're going to talk about the Hootens Kickoff Classic here in just a few minutes, which is the big football game between our Osceola Seminoles and the Valley View Blazers. But what they don't understand is a lot of community service work that goes along with this game. You got to pack 20,000 meals for the needy, and then we got to go into the new we call it the Palace Seminole Arena and have a huge pep rally, bringing the community out. Mr. Chad Hooten was there from Hootens Arkansas Sports, along with Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, who presented a check to us.
Yes.
And you were talking about packing the meals and Coach Hooks with the hairnet and thing like. I was doing some videoing and I think I got threatened. I'm pretty sure it was a threat. It was a pretty good hand wave to
That's right.
quit doing that.
Got some dirty looks.
I'm sure we've got some footage of it, though. I'm sure it'll be out there soon.
No doubt. So what we'll do right now, we got some footage of the meal preparation for the needy and also the pep rally, and we're going to let that air right now. This is some of the footage from the meal preparation and the pep rally. with Hootens Arkansas football. And Chad, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
A great turnout, and man, we just cannot wait to play in the Hootens Kickoff Classic over in Jonesboro.
Well, it was 20 years ago. Osceola came over with a great team, Chris Baker and all those guys, and they played Gus Malzahn's Shiloh Christian team, and it's a 1-point game, and Shiloh going to play for a state title. Coach Gore had a great team, and so I don't know what's taking us so long, but 20 years later, Osceola's a state title contender again for one thing, and we try to get teams that are either on the rise or state championship caliber teams to play in the Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield Kickoff Classic. We present at Hootens.com, but the past 19 years, this will be the 20th of the past 19 years, 22 teams, starting with Shiloh back in 2000. There's been 22 teams that have played in the event that have gone on to play for a state championship. When Coach Hooks called around Christmas and said something about, I thought, man, Osceola could be the next team to play in our event to go and play for a state championship. And then we got to looking for who might be a good opponent. And we thought, man, intriguing matchup. Never played before. Different size school. Still in Northeast Arkansas. Valley View and Osceola might be a good matchup. And we hope we've got a real kickoff classic.
Oh, I'm sure you do. And it's I just think about what it's going to be like in Jonesboro on that night. You're going to start off on the west side.
Yeah.
Green County Tech.
Yeah. That game was 105 points last year. And Green County Tech won 53-52. This is going to be Westside's best team they've ever had. They've been in the playoffs 7 years in a row, and they think this is the year that they, go farther in the playoffs. So they're really excited about it. And of course, that was a thrilling game. It'll be a great warm-up matchup for the marquee matchup between the Seminoles and Valley View that night at A-State.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Robert Hook Show here on the Seminole Nation on YouTube and the Robert Hook Show on Facebook. As everybody just seen at the end of that video, we did an exclusive interview with Chad Hooten. He's kind of the brains behind the whole Hootens Kickoff Classic with Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And Bobby, in that interview, he mentioned what it was, what went into the thought process of getting Osceola invited into the Hootens Kickoff Classic.
What you heard from Chad was that they were looking for teams that are contenders, teams that they think seriously have the ability to contend for a state title. And he put Osceola right in that group in 3A and said they were an exciting brand of football and that it was a good match and a good choice to start the season off with.
Also, Bobby went back and talked about one of the other times that Osceola was in the Hootens Kickoff Classic when they played Shiloh Christian. And it was played in Conway. I can remember being in the stands for that game. What a game. You had the explosive offense from Coach Clinton Gore, and then you had the Auburn Tiger himself, Gus Malzahn, as the head coach of the Shiloh Christian team. And what a game. I hate to even admit we come up 1 point short, but we did. But what a game to play in that Hootens Kickoff Classic. And Coach, we're getting that opportunity again. Can you just tell us what it means to get that opportunity to play in that Hootens Kickoff Classic?
Well, it's very exciting because not only are we playing in the Classic, we're actually it's the opening day of the dead week period. So we'll actually play the second game of the year.
Exactly.
The second game of the year. We'll follow Jonesboro West Side and Green County Tech, and our kids get a chance to go to Arkansas State and play on a college campus, hopefully in front of a great crowd, and we're just very excited about that opportunity, and I think our kids are chomping at the bit right now.
Exactly. Talking about chomping at the bits, at this time we'll go back and let's talk about the scrimmage game. We call it the benefit game. Every year, or past couple years, Osceola has played Nettleton in the benefit game. That's just more of a exhibition game where two teams can come together, kind of figure out what they want to do with personnel, what they want to do with on offense and defense, get some special teams work in without it being just a huge burden on just trying to win that ball game. Don't get me wrong, you want to do well in that scrimmage game because you've been working hard all summer. You want to see that, but at the end of the day, you want to get some answers too. And also played Nettleton in a scrimmage game. Which was last night. When you see this aired, it'd be aired on Thursday, but it was last night, which was Monday. Coach, you had a good crowd. It was warm. I'm not going to lie to you there. Nettleton brought a good crowd also.
Warm is an understatement.
Yeah, it really was. And Bobby, from the get-go, we talked about it on our live show, our live feed. Turnovers really cost Nettleton at the very beginning.
Turnovers really hurt Nettleton and really helped Osceola. The defense was gifted a few opportunities to score. Anytime you can score on defense, you're ahead of the curve. Yeah, you're out front. The other takeaway that I had from the early going in the game was the penalties that Osceola incurred. I think the ball game could have been much more lopsided had we not seen some of the personal foul penalties there in the beginning. I know Coach wasn't happy about that. We could see his demeanor on the sideline. But those kind of things come with a young team. I think that's part of the issue there. You're playing a lot of young kids, a lot of kids that haven't seen the field in a high school setting, and their emotions get to them. They get the better of them, and sometimes things happen.
Coach, talk about 3 turnovers that led to big scores for Osceola. Talk a little bit about that, and if you will, try to address some of the penalties that we did get at the very beginning.
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to say that I was very, very proud of our defense for, we had our backs against the wall. They looked like they were going to pound it down our throats and go and score. And we happened to get pressure on the quarterback. A.J. Harris did a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback. Chris Littleton did a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback and just making him uncomfortable. And, what do you know? M.J. Vance, out of all people, gets the pick six and takes it, what was it, about
72, I think.
70 plus yards from your inside linebacker quarterback. That was awesome. And also had, on that play, something that we've been drilling, because we've gotten turnovers in the past, get interceptions, but a lot of times we don't take them to the house because everybody's enjoying the show, they're watching it. And I saw what we've been practicing. I saw guys getting to the near sideline and getting the body on the body. We got the quarterback block. So to see all of those things come together was pleasing. Trey Moore was also the guy who helped cause the other 2 turnovers. He got the interception inside the red zone. And then he come back again just on the hustle play. He comes from right corner and makes the play in the middle of the field, about 12 yards downfield, and strips the ball, and we get another turnover. And we also had a pick six that was they call roughing the passer on one of our guys, which it was a fair call. I don't know if you call it all the time, but it was a fair call. So our kid did it, and we paid the price. And then what happened on that penalty, they should have gotten the first down, automatic first down, which they didn't do it. So 2 plays later, they come back and said that they should have gotten the first down. So they were going to give them one more play. It was just one of those things. Early bug jitters for everybody. Officials are human too. So
exactly.
And we just play football. Well, we always tell our kids to have a spot the ball mentality where we're not going to dwell on any negative plays. Something goes wrong, spot the ball. We're going to play the next play, and everything will go right from there. Because if you do dwell on negative plays, it'll snowball on you.
One of the things I noticed, Coach, you were talking about the pressure just a few minutes ago. Early on in the ball game, I noticed the pressure was coming from the interior, coming up the middle, and then as the game moved on, you started bringing that pressure from the outside. Talk about what it is, what your thought process is there. Is that something you and Coach T work out, or are you just trying to fool the offensive line and keep them on their toes from?
Well, that right there was just us on the fly, make an adjustment to what they were doing, and we had planned not to blitz, but we wanted to see how well Brandon and Hopper would do. So I think we blitzed 3 times, I think. So typically in a scrimmage game like that, you don't want to do a lot of blitzing, which we don't blitz that much anyway. I think that your best defenses play base defense. Some of your better defenses are good when they can play base defense. The more base you can play, the better football team I think you are.
What I noticed a lot about the ball game, Coach, is Osceola is very gifted at wide receiver and D-back. No doubt about it, I'd put our wide receivers up against any wide receiver core in the state of Arkansas with Greg Hooks, and then you got Dan Newsom, you got Trey Moore, and then you saw Stephon Coleman step in and make some dandy plays. Kids made the interceptions on defense, and they turn around, you throw the ball up to them, and they make great plays on offense, and then got the speed to take it to the house. But it all starts with the quarterback. MJ Vance did a heck of a job for you. You had your sophomores come in, Don Littleton and A.J. Harris. And, Coach, it just looked like everything flowed pretty well through your whole offense. You can tell that your team is they're comfortable with what they do. I'm not saying that it's 100% by anything, but I'm saying you that they're comfortable with that offense, and you can tell by the way it flows. Just talk a little bit about your wide receivers, and we also saw some good things from your running backs also. Just talk a little bit about your offensive playmakers.
Okay, of course, we knew from actually 3 years ago that what type of playmaker these guys will be at this point, and they're doing nothing but proving us right. Greg Hooks, Trey Moore, Dan Newsom, Stephon Coleman, all those guys have big play capability. Anytime that you can go and run 2 or 3 plays and score, that is demoralizing to the defense, especially a team that's going to pound the football when they have to go 8-10 play drives, and you're able to score early. What that does, that also puts pressure on that offense. They don't get as much rest on the sideline. So the thing with us, though, we have 29 players. We don't have as many. We're not as deep as we were. So it kind of hurts us a little bit too. So we had guys that had to come out, take shots, and but we were fortunate enough for guys to come in and step up and make big plays. At running back, I thought that Brandon Johnson and Rod Hale come in, and I thought they run the ball pretty good. We have to address some things as far as when the ball's not in their hand, but I thought the effort was good all over the offensive line. You saw Kenyon Troop making blocks until the whistle blow. Bill Estelle making blocks to whistle blow. So that guy's engaged and trying to do well. But of course, not making any excuses. But very, very human and a very hot ball game. It was a game that I was proud to see how we handled the test. A lot that we still have to work on. But I was pleased with our effort.
Yes, sir. And we need to talk about special teams also. Jacob O'Kane did most of your place kicking last night. We were perfect for our extra points. Did very well with kicking the ball off. Coach, at one time that we took that safety, we had to turn around. And he punted the ball, and what a punt! But me and Bobby, we kind of argue back and forth about if you get a safety, do you punt the ball or do you kick off? And to me, I'm kind of old school. I was like, well, if you get that running start and kick the ball, you can kick it further. But after watching that punt that he did last night, I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong on that. Jacob O'Kane did an excellent job for you at the place kicking duties.
Yes, he's our punter. Punt the ball in practice. I mean, guys, they always have to bag up at least 7 to 10 yards from the next guy who's punting. So he has a live leg, and we're very thankful that he's on our side. And as far as handling the place kicking, he was the most solid. We have 3 guys or 4 guys that we feel can do it. That's him, MJ, Jaden Brown, and AJ Harris, all guys who could handle the kicking duties. And Jacob was the man last night.
Something I noticed last night, Coach, and I expected to see a lot more cramping issues with the heat and humidity the way it was. Talk about your conditioning, because I think we only saw 1 or 2 players on the Osceola side take some cramps. I know at one point Rod Hale locked up pretty good with some calf cramps, but that has to be testament to your conditioning program.
Well, we pride ourselves on strength and conditioning. That's what we're gonna hang our hat on, that in the weight room, because I think if you're in shape, and if you're tough, if you're strong, that and be able to be disciplined, that you can be a good football team. So we hang our hat on that, and they were probably told that if they did cramp, that they were gonna run the next day. So
you like running, don't you?
Well, That's only one way to do it. That's only one way to get into shape. That's
right.
That is to run, and I'm very thankful and that I was fortunate to learn under Buck James how to have every year at Camden Fairview under Coach Buck James, we were the best conditioned team early in the season, hands down. And it's just a testament to what I was taught and what I learned.
Championship coaches make championship athletes. And, Coach, I'll tell you, you're a testament to that. We're lucky to have you here at Osceola. Coach, you win over the Nettleton Raiders 35-15 last night. Just little stats about that game. 268 total yards for Osceola, 203 yards for Nettleton. And, folks, in that exhibition game, you play the first 2 quarters like a regular football game. After halftime, the clock runs, and then third and fourth quarter doesn't last very long at all. That's just the way they do it, just to make sure that you don't get anybody hurt. And you've got 2 quarters to kind of see where you're at, and you try to get everybody else in at the end. Coach had 182 yards through the air, gave up 58. That's just awesome on the defense, giving up 58 yards. You had 86 rushing yards, giving up 145. So they were more wanting to run the ball, right. Nettleton was, than throw it. Then the 3 turnovers. Nettleton had 3, Osceola had 0. So you talk about being balanced. You're close there. You're 182 through the air, 86 on the ground. It comes with territory. But
right.
But I know you like to run a balanced offense, and that's something that will definitely you'll see them numbers more like 180 when it comes down to it, when you finally get things ready to go. I know
yes,
that.
Sir.
You've talked about that numerous times. So, folks, that is the recap on the game with the Nettleton Raiders last night. What we're going to do now is give a opportunity for our sponsors to get a word in. Folks, you got to understand, Seminole Nation, the Robert Hook Show does not happen without our fine sponsors. And our premier sponsor is First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas. Greg Reese, Taylor Lucius does an excellent job down at the bank. Go down there and see them for all your banking needs. They are the official premier sponsor of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hook Show. We want to thank Bugmobile of Arkansas. They're a banner sponsor. Want to thank James Gonzalez and Jade Gonzalez for sponsoring the Robert Hook Show and the Seminole Nation for all your pest control needs, whether it be pest control or it can be termite issues. Give Bugmobile a call for all your pest control needs. H&R Block of Mississippi County, for all your financial needs there with taxes and other things. They deal with all of that. They're very professional. I use Connie Davis down there. She's an excellent one of the many excellent agents that they got down there doing tax preparations and stuff. And want to thank Connie for everything she does. Mr. Ed Harshman with Harshman Rentals. Ed's got rental property here in Osceola, houses. Also has some apartments, but not just here in Osceola. He's got them all over Mississippi County. Not saying all of them are vacant, but he's got a lot of rental property that takes care of a lot of families. And he also has many storages. So for all your rental needs, many storage needs, give Ed Harshman a call at Harshman Rentals. And last but not least, Roller Swift Funeral Home. David Tucker manages Roller Swift Funeral Home. They specialize in all your funeral needs. They like to help you way beforehand to pre-plan your funeral so that the cost doesn't mount up at the very end. But for all your funeral home needs, please contact David out at the Roller Swift Funeral Home. Roller Swift Funeral Home, with all our respect. So that's our sponsors at this time. We're going to take a break. We're going to allow our sponsors to get a word in otherwise, and we'll be back with the Robert Hook Show.
Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals, located at 202 West Johnson in Osceola, can meet all of your residential and storage rental needs. Harshman's has apartments and housing located throughout Osceola and Mississippi County, both furnished and unfurnished, available for rent. You can contact Harshman Rentals at 870-563-3694. Ed Harshman and Harshman Rentals are a proud sponsor of Osceola Seminole Athletics and the Seminole Nation. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is the official bank of the Seminole Nation and the Robert Hook Show. Our premier sponsor, First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, is Eastern Arkansas's largest independently owned bank. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas specializes in all your banking needs, including personal banking, online banking, business banking, savings accounts, loans, CDs, and IRAs. Go down to the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, speak with President Greg Reese and teller supervisor and loan processor Taylor Lucius for all your banking needs. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas is a proud sponsor of the Osceola Seminole Nation and the Robert Hooks Show. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, member FDIC. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a tax preparation and financial service located at 2981 West Kaiser in Osceola. They can be reached at 870-563-5710. H&R Block of Mississippi County is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation. Roller Swift Funeral Home of Osceola is a proud sponsor of the Seminole Nation and Osceola Seminole Athletics. Located at 2173 US 61 South, Roller Swift Funeral Home specializes in funeral services and helping families with the costs associated with them. For more information, contact them at 870-563-6578 and speak with David Tucker. Roller Swift Funeral Home, with all our respect. Bugmobile of Arkansas, located at 408 South Walnut in Osceola, specializes in pest control and termite control for both residential and commercial properties. Owners Oscar and Jade Gonzalez would be happy to come out and give you a free estimate, and you can also contact Bugmobile at 870-563-6811. Bugmobile is a proud sponsor of your Osceola Seminoles and the Seminole Nation.
And welcome back to the Robert Hooks Show. Coach, at this time, it's something that I've been waiting on for a long time. I know we played the scrimmage game, and I understand that, but it's time to play football. This one's going to count. We're going to play in the Hootens Kickoff Classic, Centennial Bank Stadium on Monday night, the 26th of August. And I'll tell you, from hearing the buzz around the community, everybody is ready for Osceola Seminole football. This one's going to count, and we just cannot wait for the Hootens Kickoff Classic. And Bobby, getting to play in the Hootens Kickoff Classic is very prestigious, but we're also going to be, well, you'll have Westside and Greene County Tech playing before us, but then us and Valley View will play, and we're the only game in town at night. So all eyes will be on the Seminoles and the Valley View Blazers.
And it's really important that the Seminole Nation gets out there and then comes over to support the Seminoles in Jonesboro, playing at Arkansas State, on the campus of Arkansas State University, Centennial Bank Stadium, playing in a Division I college football stadium. That's going to be huge for the kids, and to get the opportunity to do that. Folks, you can get your tickets right now for $7, I believe they are, at the Osceola High School office. If you buy those tickets early, the money stays with the school. If you wait till the day of the game, you go over and get them in Jonesboro, that money goes back to other organizations. So try to get your tickets early. Get out there. Get out early. Westside and Greene County Tech play at 5:30. Osceola Valley View is going to follow right behind them. Be there early. Be loud. And show your support for the Seminole football team.
Coach, tell us a little bit about the game. Just a little recap of how the game's going to go and what you're looking for, and what it's going to mean to your kids that them stands are full of Seminole fans.
Well, we're expecting to play a very good Valley View team, a well-coached Valley View team, and guys that fly to the football. You know, last night they scrimmaged Pocahontas and things and go like they would like them to go. But that right there makes me even more nervous as a football coach, because now I know that they're going back and they're going to work even harder to do what they have to do to be successful in this upcoming game. So we have the utmost respect for those guys. I'm telling you, on defense, they fly to the football.
Yes.
Up front, I'm telling you, they're where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be, and how they're supposed to be. So we're not taking anything for granted. We think that we respect them, and we think that they're going to be a very good football team, offensively and defensively. And as far as our kids, I think our kids are ready just for this opportunity and to finally to get a chance to play a full game and to compete at the highest level. So we're excited about that.
Folks, I cannot express to you how important it is that you get in them vehicles, drive that 1 hour over to Jonesboro, Arkansas. We got a lot of alumni that are going to be around the Jonesboro area that's coming in for this game. Hey, we need it loud in them stands. We need it loud. Them kids feed off of that. They have been working their tails off since the state championship game last year to get better and to show everyone that Osceola Seminole football is for real. We ask that all the fans please come over, get loud, stand up on your feet, get behind these kids, and let's beat the Valley View Blazers next week in the Hootens Kickoff Classic in Jonesboro. And folks, we were asked to play in this game again. I'm very honored to be there. I appreciate Chad Hooten and Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield for allowing us to be in this game. But let's show them we belong in this game. That's something that we need to do. We need to hold our end of the bargain up, and let's show them we belong in this game. Get out and show them that the Seminole Nation will get behind them and holler for them. And the band's going to be there. The cheerleaders going to be there. A lot of the administration is going to be there. Guys, just come out and please get behind these
We'll be
kids.
there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Seminole Nation will be live from Centennial Bank Stadium next Monday night. We'll come live as soon as the pregame, the previous game is over with. So you'll get to see it on our Seminole Nation YouTube channel and our Seminole Nation Facebook channel. But folks, look, don't just decide, well, I can stay at home and let's watch it on TV. Please come over, pay your $7. Let's watch Seminole football. It's time for Seminole football. And come out and let's get behind these football team. Coach Hooks has worked his tail off. His coaches have worked their tail off. Their kids have worked their tail off. They deserve them stands to be full. Come out and show the world that Osceola leads by example and the Seminole Nation is second to none. Coach, we look forward to it. Can't wait to do this every week. We'll continue to do this show. This show will air every Thursday night on our YouTube channel, which is Seminole Nation, and you can also see it on Facebook on the Robert Hooks Show. So, Bobby, some parting words here.
Well, first thing, it's going to be on Tuesday nights after this week, because it's on Thursday night this week. You'll be seeing it then on Tuesday nights. And just to agree with what you said, it's really important that these kids look up in the stands and they see a full house, knowing that support's out there for them. I know from the days that I played, it was always good to hear that community backing and know that people were there for you and they were there to cheer you on. And they got no better guy to lead them out there than Coach Hooks.
That's exactly right.
And the community should come out. The brand of football he's putting on the field, the discipline these kids are showing, that's something to be proud of. It's a community thing. We need to back them up.
That's exactly right. Coach, anything other?
Go Noles.
That's exactly right. So you have been watching the Robert Hooks Show here on the Seminole Nation on YouTube and the Robert Hooks Show on Facebook. Thanks to everyone that has reached out to us and told us thank you for bringing this program. We want to say thanks to all of our sponsors just one more time to run through them. First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas, title sponsor for the Robert Hooks Show and the Seminole Nation. Bougainville of Arkansas, Rhoda Swift Funeral Home, Ed Harshman of Harshman Rentals, and H&R Block of Mississippi County. So, again, thank you so much for your sponsorship. This has been the Robert Hooks Show. We will see you next week.